What?
It pulls it out. Okay, mute that one. Okay, there's no echo now, right?
So you gotta come out. Good evening, good evening. I guess it's not evening, it's actually afternoon. I don't even have a script in front of me, but that's cool. Welcome to RockTruth Cafe. I am your host, Selena K, but I am not your master chef. That would be Doc Ock. We thank you for tuning in as we rock truth or absolutely nothing at all. We are here to promote lawful, healthy eating, a lawfully healthy kingdom lifestyle. We are here to help you, as well as myself, learn to prepare lawful, tasty feast as written. And today we have an amazing show surrounded in love. Yeah. So let's go ahead and jump on in because I see Doc I go ahead getting ready and everything. I'll let that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get y'all right on this
Exactly.
angle right here.
What's going on, sis?
Chilling. These are actually the my practice ones that I made because I wanted to make sure that the recipe was right for y'all. All right, because the recipe that I found was actually a gluten. It had gluten-free flour in it. So I wasn't using gluten-free flour, and it said you could sub in the all-purpose with with the same exact measurements. So I wanted to be sure. So you can, and they turned out amazing. These are actually a couple of days old. I made these. I want to say like Tuesday or Wednesday. And
Okay.
they reheat very well, so nice and moist, like just like brownies. Like when you think like what's a brownie cookie? It's brownie like stuff
Right.
in a
Yeah.
cookie. Yeah, it packaged like a cookie. So I'm excited for this. I got my raspberries. I actually bought them fresh and then I froze them. So you see that there, I bought them fresh and then I froze them. You can either buy them already frozen or fresh. It doesn't matter because we're gonna turn it into a reduction anyway. So
Okay.
just make sure you got the raspberries. Now, I actually made this is my strawberry ginger. My strawberry ginger
Ooh.
ale, I made this ahead of time. So I made this Thursday. So it's done fermenting and then I put it in the refrigerator to chill. So this is what I'm gonna be serving as my bubbly drink, my bubbly
Ooh.
non-alcoholic drink. I guess if you wanted to make it alcoholic, you could put like a shot or something in it. But it's ginger ale. So, it's versatile.
I
But
can't wait. I can't wait.
exactly. But this is it's super easy to make. So after we get the cookies and stuff going, I'll walk Mary through how to get it started because it's
Yeah.
like really easy. It's basically like ginger tea and then you just ferment it. So and then I got another treat for y'all. So I actually also Thursday night I made my own mango ice cream.
I
So
heard. That's what I heard. Let me
and
see
you
that.
see the little corner missing a scoop already. I
Let
took
me
a
see that.
spoon to it.
Who
It's
did that?
delicious.
Who
Now,
took
when
some
you think
out?
of mango ice cream, like I'm so used to
Mhm.
having the artificially flavored ice creams and stuff. So to me, in my head, it didn't taste like how I thought it should taste because I'm used to eating artificially flavored stuff. So you have to
Right.
keep in mind when you make stuff from scratch at home with fresh ingredients, it's not going to taste anything like you've ever tasted before, especially if it's not something that's made from scratch with fresh ingredients.
Right.
So,
Right.
but it tastes really good. It's super creamy. Instead of using heavy whipping cream, I just added some butter to some 2% evaporated milk. You can do almond butter. Almond butter. You can do almond milk, oat milk. Like you don't have to use cow milk. You can use whatever milk, but just
Yeah.
keep in mind that the fat content is what makes the ice cream creamy. So if you use a milk with no fat content, add some butter to it to get the creaminess. But remember that also
Oh,
raises the fat content because butter fat is a little bit more fatty than just regular milk fat. But this is super creamy. It tastes very fresh. You can taste the mango in every bite.
oh my gosh,
And it,
really?
it was definitely worth the little 10 or 15 minutes I spent making it. It's super quick to make. Like the longest part was freezing it. So that was
Okay,
great.
because I have mango today. I didn't know exactly what type of ginger ale I was gonna make, but I do have mango. I have
You can
orange.
make
I
mango
have
ginger ale.
pear.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was thinking about making like almost in like a fruit punch type ginger ale.
And you can do that. That's
I can
why
do it.
ginger
I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Hi, Miss
So
Roxanne.
yes, that's
How are
why ginger
you?
ale
I
is
saw
the
Miss
bomb.
Carolyn got that too. Yes, I'm excited. I'm
Me
excited.
too.
Hey, Miss Carolyn. Okay, so
And
we'll start with our cookies.
so you're gonna need unsalted butter. So I got my stick here. Now the thing about these cookies are
Okay.
they're extremely rich and very fatty. So that's probably the most unhealthy thing about the cookies. However, store-bought cookies tend to have more sugar, and
Okay.
some of them even use high fructose corn syrup, which is extremely unhealthy for you. Like high fructose corn
Ooh.
syrup is linked to fatty liver disease, which is the same thing alcoholics have. So you're not an
Wow.
alcoholic, but you can still get the same disease that they get
Ain't
by
that
eating a
something?
lot of high fructose corn syrup.
Girl, might as well go and take a sip.
Okay?
Ain't that something?
And that's why there's
Ooh.
children that's been diagnosed with fatty liver disease from all of these products having high fructose corn syrup in them.
Yes. All right. So, do we need butter?
Yes, ma'am. 9 tablespoons.
Okay. Double checking.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of butter. I did the nutrition facts on it. Each cookie is about 200
I see
calories,
butter.
like 125 grams of fat. So it's a lot of fat in these cookies. So I would say a healthier serving size is half a cookie. It doesn't sound like a lot, but trust me, these cookies are super rich and very chocolatey. And if you have it as a dessert after dinner, you're already going to be full, so you're not going to be trying to fill up on these. They're literally a dessert. So if you have your cookie, a scoop of
Okay.
your homemade mango ice cream, and have you some nice little ginger ale or some sparkling water with some lime or lemon in to help you digest everything, and it's going to be amazing.
Yes. I can't wait. Let me get some more butter. You look like you got a lot of butter.
Okay, so I'm just gathering all of my ingredients, but we're definitely going to start with the raspberry filling first. Let me get the sugar.
I have fresh raspberry.
Whoa, almost dropped that. That would have been bad. Okay, so now we got, and then our dark chocolate. Oh, there's a bowl to melt it in. So.
And I could have used the regular chocolate this time, but I was like, you know what? I want to actually try the healthier version. Like I want to kind of get a love for dark chocolate since it's actually healthier.
Yeah, and the bitterness that you usually taste in it, I didn't taste it in these cookies. Oh, excuse me. So that was a plus because I was worried that because I was using dark chocolate, it was going to be super bitter. But I also didn't use 100% dark chocolate. So the dark chocolate that I got is actually semi sweet. So the bitterness of your cookies are going to depend on the amount of the type of chocolate that you get because they do have 100% dark chocolate and it's probably a lot more like a lot healthier than this because it is mixed with some other stuff to lighten it up, cocoa butter and all that. Or you can add your own cocoa butter to the dark chocolate. So they have here we go, like little wafers like this. So it comes in little wafers like this, and it's just a little bag. Make sure it's the edible grade cocoa butter because the processing is a lot cleaner. So they just little wafers, and I think each wafer is about a tablespoon. And so the measuring I use it in everything. You can put you can drop the little wafer in your coffee And cocoa butter is actually a nice, good, healthy fat to have. So having it in your coffee changes the flavor of the coffee a little bit. It'll have like a slightly cocoa taste to it. Okay, and so now I'm gonna get my pan for the raspberries. I'm gonna do it in this little cast iron skillet because it doesn't have to be.
And what are we doing with the raspberries?
So we're gonna put the raspberries in a small saucepan. So it doesn't have to be a great big, pan or whatever. And on medium high heat. No water basically.
Okay.
Because they're gonna make their own juice, so you don't really want to have them
So
too.
how much are we putting them in water or?
Nope, just put them straight in the pan and put it on medium high heat. So that's for my filling. And then while your pan is heating up with your strawberries in it, let me see how high do I have? Okay. So that's just what it looks like. There's no water in this. It's just the strawberries. I mean the raspberries. They're gonna end up melting down. Like if they're frozen, of course the frozen water is gonna add some liquid to it. But the raspberry juice is what we want. And the less liquid that's in it, the faster that reduction is gonna be ready. Because the key is to make it like, kind of like a paste. So this is the glass bowls I have. It's really just one of them little bathroom stackable dishes. And I just cleaned it. And this is what we're going to melt our cocoa and our butter in. So you're
How much butter?
You said the what?
I said, how much butter are we melting?
Oh, 9 tablespoons. You're going to cut it into little chunks. You can do like just slices. I usually just cut it at the tablespoon mark, and I just cut it down like that. And then the cocoa, these already are in little squares, so when you see it, you'll break it up, and it looks just like that on the front. So those little rectangles. And then I set it in there long enough for it to melt down. That's all with that. So I'm gonna use a slightly deeper pan. So this is just the pan I'm using. You see, it's like a slightly bigger saucepan, and I'm just gonna put some water in it. So it doesn't need to be full. So it's probably only about halfway full. And then we're gonna put it on the stove to boil. And now I'm gonna get my butter and my chocolate together. So we got chocolate pieces. Okay. Now I turned the heat down a little bit on my raspberries since I'm getting my cocoa and my butter together because it's gonna take a little bit to melt. Like I promise you, this is probably like the longest step in making these cookies is melting the butter and the chocolate together. And so these size pieces are perfectly fine to use. So the one box of this is 4 ounces. And we need, I think it said 7 ounces. Yeah, 7 ounces. So I'm going to have to open another box here and get 3 ounces out of this one. Unless how much is this missing? Because I already have one from when I made them before. So this is 1 more ounce. So that's 5. 6, 7. So boom, there we go. Now we got our 7 ounces of chocolate. So that. Yeah, and here I'll even show you how these raspberries are. So this is why you don't add any water. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's already making juice in the pan. So that's why you don't need any water. Just manage the heat in the pan to make sure it's not like cooking it too fast before like the juice and stuff can melt out of it. Okay, and so that's good to go, and the water is getting hot for that. And so all I did now is this bowl that I have actually isn't big enough to fit all of this in there at one time and melt down. So it will fit it in once it's melted, but not like melting and stirring. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut these into the little. Let me open this first because that's gonna be annoying. That's gonna be a little bit annoying having to unwrap every tablespoon individually because I cut it in the wrapper. So unwrap your butter first before you cut, and then just you can follow the guideline marks for the tablespoons. And that was a nice enough chunk for me to melt down. If you want to make it easier and quicker to melt, you can even take the butter out ahead of time and let it soften first, and that actually will shorten the melt time if you in a rush or something. I don't know, but it wasn't that deep, so it melted down fine for me. So I'm gonna just put the butter pieces in there, and actually, I'm gonna do the chocolate on the bottom because the chocolate is like way thicker. So I'm gonna put a layer of butter, a little bit of butter down there, and then I'm gonna put a layer of chocolate. And then as it's melting, I'm gonna just add more, and stir it. So you'll see once we get to that part. But this is about pretty good to start with, and then as it melts down, it'll make more room, and then I'll just add it as we go. And then I'm gonna cut one more tablespoon of butter off of this. Yeah. So this is probably the unhealthiest part about these cookies is all of this butter going into it. So this is where the majority of the fat content in these cookies are coming from. But like I said, it makes for very rich, very delicious cookies. I've actually even seen vegan butter, but vegan butter doesn't have less fat content, so don't get tricked by that. Vegan butter is actually just like an olive oil in a water type mixture or something else, but it just doesn't use dairy milk, but it still has fat in it. It's still very much fat, oil, all of that. So don't get it twisted. Butter is butter.
Right.
Put that to the side, and that's it. Leave that. Okay, and now I'm gonna bring y'all over here. So can we see if y'all can see it? Yeah. So we can turn our attention. Oh, this is my melty things. Like they have like apparatuses, I guess, that you can use that are fancier, and they come like and they're made to do stuff like this. But this is my little makeshift uh problem solved situation. So like I said, I just used a bathroom dish and cleaned it out, and I'm melting my butter and my chocolate in it in a pan of boiling water to heat it. So real simple. Okay, and then as you can see, the raspberries are making a ton of juice, and so this is perfect. This is exactly what we want. I still have a couple of frozen raspberries in there, so I'm gonna let it go for a little bit longer until everything until everything is completely done.
Let me see. What's
And
that consistency? Okay, yeah, mine looking the same.
yeah, it's
Hey,
basically
Mr.
like how you make your
Nay.
cranberry juice, except we're using raspberries, and we're
Right,
gonna add
right,
water.
right. But it's gonna give it its own like thickness, I guess.
Yep, and then you're gonna strain out your skin and the seeds, and then and then put it in a pan. So while this is finishing up, because we want a little bit more of that moisture to cook off, I'm gonna get my pan ready. I'm gonna spread this out. Okay, I think this is good now because we're making like 12 cookies. Yeah, this will work. So my little janky pan, and then I'm gonna line it. Let me see. I have parchment paper, but I don't think. Okay, so it says you can use aluminum foil or some type of plastic, like just something to line the pan with, so that you can make it easy when once it's frozen to cut it into little pieces. So I'm gonna use plastic instead of foil.
I'm gonna turn it off.
Yeah, because it looks like all the juices cooked out. Okay. So I just thought about it. I'm gonna go ahead and use the foil because then I can put the sauce. I can put the raspberry sauce in it while it's still hot. I don't have to let it cool. If I use the plastic, it has to be cool already. Otherwise,
Okay. So what are you using?
Yep. Not trying to melt the plastic. This one is empty. Luckily, I just bought a fresh box of foil.
Oh, this is looking good.
Yeah, I already smelled the raspberry. Smell amazing already. Got it smelling like some type of fruit orchard in here. Let's start out. All right.
This for the cookie?
So now you want to be careful not to puncture the foil or your raspberry. It's going to spill through your puncture holes. All right. Boom. Okay, and then the time that it's going to take us to finish the cookies and everything, like the batter and all of that stuff, the raspberry filling should be frozen. So I'm going to put mine in the deep freezer so I can be sure that it's going to be frozen. Where is? Did I put the cheesecloth on it? Oh yeah. So I'm going to use cheesecloth to filter this. I thought this would be refillable, but it's just cheesecloth. Here we go. So we don't need a lot, just a little bit out there. So I'm actually going to do it like this. And the handle shouldn't be too high. Yeah. So I can use this tab. Alright. So what we're going to do with this, we're going to separate it. Make sure you separate your cheesecloth. Okay, there we go. Got it all unfolded. All right. I hope this don't end up with no seasoning. I'm gonna double it because I don't want any seasoning. No seasoning. All right. And so I'm just gonna do it like this. I'm gonna pour it onto the cheesecloth in the pan, and then I'm gonna just pick the cheesecloth up and squeeze out. This raspberry smells so good.
It do though. It really does.
Smells so good.
It's
like,
different. I didn't
how good
expect it to be like this.
Okay, and I'm actually going to push it against this here. Whoa, this is all right there.
And it's just like fresh raspberry. Like it ain't.
Yes. This is hot. Oh, you know what? I actually do have a heat resistant glove. I'm gonna use that to squeeze it. So I got my little heat resistant rubber glove here, and I'm just using it to squeeze it, to squish it down. And you see that coming out, and that's all you want is that juice. No raspberry chunks, no seeds, just the juice. Okay, and I'm gonna add. See, you get real good at multitasking a little bit. So I'm just adding more of the chocolate pieces and butter to my boiling bowl of water over here, so it can be melting while we're getting this together. Because like I said, this is probably the most time consuming part about making these, which I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Because like I said, these cookies are super rich, but they're really really easy to make. And then it's like when you hear like the name of it, it sounds like it's something super difficult, but it's not. Okay, I'm trying to be careful not to let any of this stuff move out of here. Roll it up some more. Okay.
You know what? It's not a good job for me separating. Like I don't have the cheesecloth. So
If you have any type of like mesh strainer, like even something like this, you can sit the pulp in it and just mash it like this. You can just sit the pulp in it and then just push it, and it'll do that. But you just want to be careful not to squish the pulp over the top of it. But if you have any type of mesh
yeah, that's what I'm
something
trying.
to huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to now. It's not. It's coming out, but it's still giving me some of the seeds, and it's okay though. I'm eating this.
Oh, okay. Okay, I
It
think.
remind me of just see, but it's actually mine is like kind of thick too. It's not watery. It's thick.
Hey, that probably just means it's more of the pulp in there. That's all that is. So you're getting
Okay.
like some actual raspberry, meat. It's probably not called meat, but we calling it that today.
Ah, hey, it's gonna work today.
I'm gonna get up out of toss that right there. Yeah, this raspberry smells so good for this filling. It's like it's crazy. All right, so now I'm just gonna get my foil back down and as even as possible, because that's the only thing that is creating like a unlevel situation here. So I'm gonna just try to, but that's it, and we're just gonna pop this in the freezer and let it get to freezing while we're getting our situation straight over here. So I'm
Yeah,
actually gonna
let me tell you
switch.
something. It's just going like it is. And I don't know that. I actually like this little jelly. I like it looking at this, like it looks jelly. Okay, pretty good. Oh, okay. Okay. My bad.
All right. I got it looking as even as I possibly could in the pan, because you want the
It
raspberry filling
smells
to
good
freeze as
alongside this
even as
chocolate.
possible. And so now I'm gonna bring y'all back over here to the pot. I'm gonna actually switch eyes. I'm done with that. So, so this is what my butter concoction situation is got going on. I'm gonna I used a fork for it last time, so I'm gonna just do that again. And all we're doing is just getting it all in the heat. So as you can see, everything is in there. It all fits in there. So you want to make sure that whatever bowl you're using, all of your stuff is going to fit in it once it's melted. Even if you got it, like I said, added in shifts, you want it all to fit in the same bowl, so that way you know that your butter and your chocolate is mixed in evenly. And it's going to turn into a nice little creamy butter situation with the chocolate. And just take your time and stir it up. Stir it up. Stir it up. And surprisingly enough, dark chocolate actually has iron in it. So if you have like some blood deficiency, and I think that's probably why like around our time of the month we crave chocolate, because it actually has iron in it. So like our body already knows, hey, you're gonna be losing some blood, so let's make sure that you can make some more. So you crave the chocolate. So this is probably like a great time, that time of the month, self love, self care situation. Get you a nice little warmed up raspberry filled brownie cookie with a nice little glass of your ginger ale on the side. Put you on your favorite show, something on Netflix or something. Netflix and chill by yourself if you got to. So, what? Honestly, that's my preferred way to chill usually, because then I don't have to worry about people complaining about what I want to watch. Like, oh, well, I ain't really, or I already saw this. I ain't really trying to watch it again. Like, who told you to watch it without me? So when you do it by yourself, and you can't nobody rain on your parade but you, and I don't think anybody out here trying to be their own wet blanket. And so you see how it's starting to get out, and
it's so pretty
like
dark though.
And so at this point, I can actually turn the water off, because it's the bowl and everything is still hot enough to melt whatever else still needs to melt down.
Right.
So I'm just mixing it to make sure it's all gonna be nice and even and creamy and smooth. This was like, I was like, oh, I feel like a chocolatier. This is what they be doing in them candy shops.
Okay. Girl, don't get me started on Willy Wonka.
Okay.
Girl, I wanted to go. I feel like I should have got a golden ticket.
I'm telling you. I'm like, if they mess around do that in real life, they're gonna send the whole nation up.
Don't care how I want it now. Girl, that's how I want these brownies.
Man, look.
Yes,
so
girl.
Nice and creamy.
Yes, nice and creamy and chocolatey. And it's like really dark. It's really dark.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now we're going to start getting the rest of the stuff going for our cookies. So we're going to get our bowl now for our dry. So let me move this.
Bowl for dry.
Start palette. So you're going to need your mixer. So you know how you mix it, get your mixer. Put this in the...
I got my little whisk thing.
That's fine.
I guess I need to invest in a whisk in a mixer. I don't have one, so I got to buy one.
Oh yeah. Get you a mixer. It makes all of this stuff go a lot quicker, because you can do it with a whisk, but you're gonna have a real strong arm. Well, you're gonna have at least one.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah.
By the time you get done,
I got that arm with a steering wheel. It was hard to turn. Yeah, on the Cadillac. I got it.
All right. So we got mixer, got our spindles, and with this, you can really, like with the whisk, you can just whisk these dries. And I actually even have a sifter that I use, and that really helped my situation like a lot. So I got this at the grocery store. I think it was like $10 or something. It wasn't that good. spectacular, but it was super useful in making sure that as I was adding the stuff to the mixer, that it wasn't clumping. And so
Right.
that really helped, and it helped me add it slower too, because I tend to have an issue with adding the dries from this bowl into the other bowl that I'm mixing all the stuff in. Well, actually, I'm using the smaller bowl. So the smaller bowl is for my dries, and this is what I'm mixing in. So it's not a big bowl. I don't know if you can see the difference in the size. So this is the dry bowl, and then this is what I'm mixing everything in. So you don't have to have a super huge bowl to mix the stuff in. And now, what's that over? So got the stuff melted, and then we're gonna do. So I'm gonna measure this stuff out first. We're not gonna add it just yet, because we have to beat the eggs and make the eggs and the sugar together and make it as fluffy as possible before adding the other stuff.
So we're adding the sugar and the eggs.
That's going to be in a separate bowl. So we're going to beat the sugar and the eggs separately in a bowl first until it's like as fluffy as possible, get nice and fluffy, all mixed together, and then you're going to add in your chocolate and butter mixture, and then mix that all together and make sure it's nice and combined and creamy. And then we're going to add the dries in on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
So we need 1 cup and 1 tablespoon of flour. So what I'm doing here is, like I said, you want to do the spoon method for your flour. Otherwise, you'll end up with way more flour than what you think, because the fine granules of the flour powder actually like packs down. So this is probably like a fourth of a cup in my little container here that I'm using to scoop out, but it's probably way more than a fourth of a cup of flour. So you can see that. So I'm scooping it with one thing, and then I'm adding it. So you see it doesn't pack down. So you don't want your flour packed. And so that's what my 1 cup looks like. So 1 cup goes in, and then I'm just going to grab a literal tablespoon, because I don't know, it's not that deep for me. So I just grabbed a tablespoon. I literally just scooped a tablespoon of flour out. Boom. So 1 cup and 1 tablespoon of flour. And like I said, this is the part where if you're doing gluten-free cookies, you would substitute in your gluten-free flour, and it would be the same. It's the same exact measurement, because like I said, the original recipe was made with gluten-free flour, and all I did was just sub in all-purpose flour. And we're going to need our baking powder. Now, the baking powder is 1 teaspoon, and it's excessively important. So I just got a little scoop here. I kind of eyeballed it, but this is about 1 teaspoon. So not the whole scoop. The whole scoop is like 3 teaspoons. So I did like a third. And then add that to your flour. And then we're going to do 3 tablespoons of your cocoa powder. And once again, like I said, I can put this in the water. I'm going to do that. I'm trying to clean as I know. I got paper towels, so I can dry it off. So drying my newly rinsed spoon, because it's powder, so I don't want it to stick to the spoon. So dry it off if you rinse your spoon like I did. Accidentally on purpose, huh? And then we're just going to literally just scoop out 3 tablespoons. So just knock it off. You want to make it kind of as level as possible. So I just do it until I can't see like the whole bottom of the spoon. And that's about a tablespoon. If you go over, it's just going to make it a little more chocolate. It's not going to make a huge difference. So that's why I'm not like super precise with the little, because they got the spoon measuring things, but I didn't get any. Yeah, like yeah.
Because you got a spoon at the crib though. Like you just
Exactly.
gotta
I'm
like
saying it's
make
not
this
that deep.
happen.
Like if I was doing like a chemistry
Yeah,
reaction
that
or
would be
something,
something
then
different. But
it
this
needs
ain't
to be
that.
that precise. But
We just
yeah, we're cooking. It's not that deep. And so now what we got? So that's all of our dries. I actually didn't put any salt in the first cookies I made, so the salt is very optional. Um, I already checked it out for y'all. So if you don't want to add salt, you don't have to. I think I'm actually going to try it out with the salt. So I'm gonna do it.
How much
Just a
salt?
pinch,
A
so
quick
like
pepper, right?
literally a pinch. Like it don't have to be like a lot. So I'm gonna show y'all like you see the little dimple in the crack in the crack of my palm. Like that a thing?
Yeah.
So you see that's actually a lot. So I'm actually gonna. This is a pinch of salt. You see the difference. You see the little crack. You want it like in the very bottom of the crack. That's a pinch of salt. So you shouldn't actually be able to taste the salt uh, in the cookies. The salt actually is supposed to enhance the flavor of of the sweetness of the chocolate and the other stuff that's actually in it. So you're not actually creating a whole situation with the salt.
Okay.
And so, like with this is all I did. I just mixed it around as best I could because, like I said, I have this little sifter thingy. Like I said, the sifter saved my life. It kept the larger chunks of
That's not a sip.
unincorporated
That's
baking
like my
powder out of
life.
it. And I don't know if anyone has baked from scratch and added baking powder to something, but I
Mm.
have before. I made some cornbread and my baking powder wasn't completely incorporated. And when you run across an unincorporated portion of baking powder, it tastes horrible. It's like your whole mouth, like I don't
Oh.
know, screams out. And what was you doing? Why didn't you mix it? Like it's terrible. It's a terrible uh, experience. So make sure your baking soda your baking powder is completely incorporated as best as I'm telling you. You're really gonna want to make sure it's all the way up in there. So luckily, the cocoa powder lets you see the white of stuff that's not completely mixed in. So you just want to try and get a nice even brown mixture going here. All right, and so this is cool for now. We can set this to the side. Now we're gonna get our wet stuff together. I actually need to move some of this stuff out of the way. Plug. So I can attempt to use this plug. Oops, knocking stuff off the stove. Don't mind me just knocking stuff off the stove. Okay, so now we're gonna do our eggs. Let me see. I don't even know if this plug over here works. I might have to switch out to the other side. But it's not a lot of room on that countertop, so that's why I don't really like using that side. How's my battery low already? Mind your business. They always telling me something about my phone. That's my favorite line. Mind your business.
Okay, that's all just mine. You be.
Right. So we put our egg in there. Please avoid the shell. Don't want no crunchy cookies. If you want crunchy cookies, I would suggest nuts instead of eggshells. And then we're just gonna toss this in.
Girl, yeah, girl. Whiskey.
All right, I'm actually gonna mute myself because I don't want to annoy
What?
y'all with my mixer.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna mute it. But yeah, you'll see.
Woo, child. I'm telling you, gotta have an arm. Now, whiskey in the shape. Shape it up. Look at yours, just whisking. Child, let me turn my mic off because you just hear me turning.
Okay, the key to mixing the eggs is you want to increase the volume of the eggs as much as possible before adding the other ingredients, because this is what's going to make the fluffiness of the cookie and make it like that brownie kind of texture. And yeah, so beat the eggs as much as you can to get that volume up. All right, now if you haven't already, we're gonna preheat the oven to 355 degrees. I didn't turn mine on yet because I didn't want to be in here melting like the butter and chocolate. That's all I'm trying to melt is the butter and chocolate, not myself. So by the time we get all the rest of the stuff mixed together, the oven should be done preheating. And then now that we have
So is
our
this
eggs,
is that the temperature for air fryer or?
no, for the oven. If you use the air fryer, I haven't quite gotten that one right because when I did it at the same temperature and it cooked the outside too fast and even kind of started to burn it, so you didn't get that shiny top. But it does cook the cookies just fine in the air fryer. But I would say use a lower temperature and slightly
Okay, I'm gonna go for it.
less
I'm gonna give
time.
it a try. Let me look at let me Google the recipe.
Yeah, because I did because you get the brownie, the shiny crumbly brownie top when you do it in the oven, but I didn't get that in the air fryer. So I think that's kind of what you would give up. It does take a whole lot less time to cook the cookies in the air fryer, and the consistency is still pretty good. You just don't get that brownie top, which is the key.
Gotcha.
So now we're gonna incorporate the egg and the chocolate and butter mix together. So I'm gonna mute again because I'm gonna be mixing and I don't want to know y'all with my mixing.
Okay. Oh, I could have had walnuts. Right. Have I already did that? It should be warm. We warmed up. Just warm it again. 30. Okay. It smells good. Ooh, it's chocolatey. Girl. Hey, KT. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody that's watching, y'all. Like, what's going on, Will, KT, Renee, Miss Roxanne, Miss Carolyn, if you still there. Yeah. Woo. Get a blender. Get a blender. This whisking is something. I mean, it get the job done, but it's definitely something. Man, I hope everybody enjoyed a day today. It is such an amazing day. You know, it's a glorious weekend. Like it's, you know, I guess the world celebrates love this weekend, and we celebrate love every day. So, you know, what a day to just really enhance all that we do daily. Like I'm excited about. I'm excited about just life again. Like for real, for real. Sometimes you just need to rest, be still and know, and that's it. That's it. I think I'm gonna have to make that shirt because my Lord, what a message and what it does
Okay.
for you.
So
You know what I'm
now,
saying? I get it, sis. I get it. Huh?
we're gonna add our
Huh?
dry.
Okay.
So if you have a sifter, cool. If not, it's fine as well. Like I said, I just wanted to get a little fancy with it because this ain't the only baking I'm planning on doing. Some stuff you actually do need a sifter to make like baking flour. And baking flour is like a mixture of corn starch and your all-purpose flour. And you need it
Okay.
to mix and incorporate well, so you would use a sifter like this. But if you don't have one, it's not extremely necessary. Like I said, it made it easier for me to mix it because I'm doing this by myself with one hand. Like this could easily be a two-person job. So if you want to make cookies with your kids, they got something to do. Pour the flour mixture in the batter for you while you mix it. It's about to be flour everywhere. Oh my bad, I forgot to mute. This is gonna get loud.
Woo.
Okay. I made a giant mess on the side of this refrigerator. It looks so crazy. It's okay. I can wipe it off. It's cool. It's just a little fudge. Little fudge ain't never hurt nobody. Yeah, this guy and that's crazy because I only got a little bit on me. Of all the stuff it could have like fell and splattered on, like it missed me by a long shot. Okay, so we're gonna get the last of this mixed in. And at this point, when I dumped all the rest of it in the first time I made them, I just did this to kind of keep the flour, uh, I guess, dust from getting everywhere, and it just kind of started incorporating it a little bit beforehand. And then I'm gonna get my little spatula here and scrape the sides down. I think I hear my daughter waking up, and yeah, she has been sleeping through through me using this mixer. So yeah, that just goes to show how sleepy she was. All right, so just scrape the sides down. Let's get this off the mixer a little bit. Okay, and I really only did that because I needed I needed some space on the beater to scoop this chocolate off of the spatula.
Now, how thick is it supposed to be? Mine is kind of like cake like.
Yeah, yeah, it should be like that.
Okay.
All right, so this is good enough. It is gonna be pretty thick. So you want it to be because we're making cookies, not actual brownies. So it's not going to be, poured flat. You're going to want them to keep their shape as much as possible so that they can, bake up into cookies and not spread out into a mass of just brownie.
So mine is like it's like a consistency of like frosting.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
Okay. Just making sure.
Okay. I don't know. This is about as clean as these little beaters gonna get. That stuff really stuck to it. Toss these up some water and get out your cookie sheets. She for real still asleep through all of that. Oh, my phone trying to down me. I'm gonna go get my charger first.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put these in a wait a minute, let me see.
So you don't need the mixer anymore. So if you have a mixer, get it out of your way. I actually need to plug my charger in so my phone don't down, y'all. Here, I'm gonna have to rotate y'all the opposite way. Hey, upside down. Hey, turn it right. Okay, now we back.
Okay. Let me see.
Okay. Put the charger in. Boom, you got juice. All right, so it should be thick like so. And you see how it like gives like a kind of sheen to it, like that's all that butter and stuff in there. That's what's gonna make that nice crackly brownie top. And then we're gonna check on our raspberry filling.
Oh.
Okay. So mine actually isn't frozen yet. So I doubt yours is, Mary. But if you want, I can walk you through making the ginger ale and the ice cream while we let it.
Mine kind of hard. It's frozen, sis.
Yours is?
Yeah.
Oh, mine ain't frozen. What's on my freezer?
Yeah. It's hard.
Okay, well I can walk you through this next part then. Yeah, so you can get your cookies in.
Okay, so let me. My consistency. I told you what my consistency. It should not be harder than this, right?
Right.
Okay.
And so what you're gonna do is you can take a tablespoon and scoop out a tablespoon worth and put it on your here I can purple paper on it and put it
Wait.
on your cookie sheet and then flatten it out a little bit. And then
So I'm gonna pour this into the thingy, flatten it, and then I'm gonna put my what's the name, and then put some more on top of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she just woke up.
Hey, bud. Who bothered her?
I'm surprised she slept through all of that. Me blending this stuff and talking and all of that.
Oh.
Did you find you something to wear for Valentine's?
I did actually. I told you, Old Navy, they be having the nice pants.
Is that what you found?
Uh-huh.
That you wear?
No.
Oh. Well, they fit.
Hey, Doc Mama.
Oh, Michael, said hi.
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 Hey there.
Ooh, it's like
They go up to like
it's like a frozen like jail. Hold on.
Like 5 years. Since the first time I was 215 pounds.
Woo.
Yeah, it's like even saying it, you're like, oh.
It's like a frozen jail. Okay.
You're straight. Can't even fuck.
You got the thing for her show because I'm using my phone. I can't. She got that. My mama had to put it down. She upset about that.
Okay, 'cause I'm like, please leave foot alone. Please leave her alone. She wake up happy. She does what she wants. She lives her own life.
Yeah, she running the whole house.
I'm just saying, like, this what she do. Like, please leave foot alone.
You see, she got quiet. That's because her show just came on. She gonna cry so she can make sure you putting the show on. Like, don't get comfortable now. Make sure you put the right stuff on.
Yes, girl, this looking a little good though. This is gonna be kind of different. I'm gonna end up like cutting it afterwards. I can see that now.
You said cutting the what?
Cutting it afterwards, cutting them into pieces after.
Oh yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, if you actually have less of a cookie, then the serving size is actually a little bit more healthy. Not healthy, but it's not as rich of a serving if you do a half serving instead of a
Okay.
whole cookie.
Mhm. It's good though.
And all the sugar content in this cookie comes from the chocolate. So
Well, it's all chocolate. All right,
huh?
we're in the air fryer. Where is my instructions? 320.
Yeah, and I would say do it maybe on like 300 or like 310.
Yeah, it say 320.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm like, I did it at the 355 and it cooked the outside too fast, so the inside was still like super gooey. I'm like, hold on now, this is a whole different type of cookie though, because I didn't put the raspberry filling in the first batch that I made, so that was like perfect. It was like a extra gooey brownie cookie, but it didn't have like that. Here, I can actually show you because I have one of each in here. So this is my air fried cookie. And then this is the oven baked
Hold on, hold
cookie.
on.
So you see the difference? You see how one doesn't have that sheen? This is the oven baked one. It has that
Hold
sheen
on.
that the brownie cookies would have. And then this is the air fried one. So it basically just kind of cooked the sheen out of it.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
But the taste is still like on point. Like the taste is right there at it. So like I said, it just depends on the full aesthetic that you want to go for, how you want to cook it. But I tried both ways. They both were bomb.
That little raspberry little gel, the girl is cute. It looked like a little frozen gel.
Yeah, mine is like not freezing. Let me try switching freezing. I call myself putting it in the one that I know gets super cold. Oh, that's not gonna close. Oh, oops, that almost went badly. All right. All right. So now I got everything mostly cleaned up now. So you got your cookies in the air fryer yet?
Yeah, they're in the air fryer going.
Okay. Did you want me to walk you through how to do the ginger ale?
Yeah, I'm cleaning up and I'll be ready in 2 shakes of a water still. You know me, girl. I gotta clean up. If I can't, if it ain't,
Yeah, me too. That's what I'm doing right now too. I have to get through this whole situation.
Okay. So I need a pot.
Okay, you want to measure you out 1 cup of water and a cup of sugar.
So just water and sugar right now?
Uh-huh.
Hold on real quick. Let me get a paper towel.
Right. Crank, smile.
Okay. All right. You said water and sugar?
Yep.
How much?
1 cup each.
Am I putting it in the pot? The pan?
Yep, in a small pot.
Small? Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then you get your ginger, and you're going to shave off about 1 inch worth. You can even cut an inch and then shave it down, but you want to grate it so that it gets all the ginger juice and stuff out of it better.
Okay. How much sugar?
1 cup.
1 cup? And the white sugar. Girl, Major. Oh, you know what though?
And it doesn't matter. And that's the thing. Like, this is another like customizable recipe. You can substitute the sugar for honey, for maple syrup, for I don't know, some other sweetener, brown sugar. I've used brown sugar before. I think the original recipe is brown sugar, and I've used white sugar because I was out of brown sugar. It all works. You just have to make sure you get sugar into your ginger ale because that's what the yeast is eating and creating the carbonation when it's fermenting. So you have to have sugar in it. You can't not have sugar in it. Otherwise, it won't be ginger ale.
Right.
And then so you got it all, and then you're gonna grate the ginger into the pot and boil it until your sugar dissolves. Once it dissolves, let it sit for like an hour or so until it cools off, and then put it in another container in the refrigerator for another hour so it can cool. Because you don't want it hot at all because it will kill the yeast. So you want a cool, combined ginger. Oh, and you're going to strain it. So you want to strain the ginger out. So once you boil it and you get the sugar all the way dissolved, you're going to strain out the ginger, and you're going to put it in a separate bowl once it cools off. And then you're going to put it in the refrigerator to cool for another hour.
Okay, so let me go ahead and the sugar is in with the water. So once it dissolves, add the ginger.
No, you can add the ginger now. Like, you should add it now because you're gonna want it to catch that boil because it's going to start boiling at some point, and then the ginger is going to be leaching out its stuff.
All in just a cup of water.
Yep.
So you don't have to like cover the ginger.
Nope. Because it really, you're only heating it to melt the sugar. Once the sugar is dissolved, turn it off and then let it sit. And then while it's sitting, the ginger is actually going to be doing this thing, getting, all the ginger spices and all that stuff out of it. Like tea. It's like steeping it, kind of. So you can put a lid on it if you want to, but I've done it both ways. I put a lid on it. I've left it uncovered. To me, it didn't make a difference, but you absolutely want to let it sit, though, in the pot, in the hot water.
Okay. Okay. Do I need to do anything with the fruit right now, or
No, you add the fruit when you put it in the container to sit. So when you add the yeast, you'll add the fruit.
when I do what?
When you add the yeast, so after you let it sit and chill, you're gonna want to put it in a container that's large enough to hold like 6 cups of water. So I have these mason jars. It's gonna have to be an airtight cap, otherwise it won't keep the carbonation in, and it'll be flat. So you want something that's not gonna leak air, at least not too much, and then something big enough to hold it. So all I did was split the recipe between two of these. So this is about 32 ounces, and it's 3 cups of water in here with about a half a cup of what you have in the pot. So I just split a half a cup between the two jars, filled it up with 3 cups of water, put a teaspoon of yeast in both jars, and then I added my strawberry puree to it. And I made sure I strained the seeds and stuff out. There's still some strawberry pulp in here, but there's no seeds.
These brownies looking good.
I bet it probably smell like grandma's kitchen up in there. Okay, it's fine. My raspberry is finally starting to freeze.
Huh?
I said my raspberry's finally starting to freeze.
Oh, okay.
I just switched freezers.
Okay. Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna start spooning my half cookies into here. So then by the time my raspberry stuff is done freezing, I can just go ahead and add it and top it and be done. Bless you. Okay, so this is me. I'm just gonna do the half the cookie part because my raspberry filling still isn't quite frozen yet. And so the parchment paper is like useful because it's got these little square guidelines. So I'm gonna just aim for the middle of the squares. Uh, and I was able to fit 12 cookies on this thing. So
Shout out to Lord Ty. He's out there. I meant to say that. Miss Terry McCullen.
hey,
I think McQueen.
thanks for tuning
I think that's
in.
McQueen.
Hope
Yeah.
you enjoy
Hey,
the
Miss Terry.
self-indulgent.
Hey, Lord Ty.
He so said he's like brownie cookies. He's like, oh yeah, I gotta show up. I gotta see what's to this. I told my Herbalife team about the cookies and you remember Chaz we had on last night on RockTruth Queens. She was on the meet. She was like, "What is that?" She's like, no, that's not healthy." And then my sponsor Chaz, he was like, "Wait, so what's in these cookies?" He was like, "No, you can't have these cookies, Chaz. They're not healthy." Like, hey, all the healthy eating in the world, you gonna want a treat at some point. And ain't no better treat than a treat you make for yourself. But this is like part of
like we breaking stuff. We ain't broke nothing.
And then when it turns out like delicious, like you get to be the source of like your own like deliciousness like experience. Like that, you can't top that with a hat. Not only do I get to taste these rich, delicious cookies, but I'm the one that made these rich, delicious cookies.
I know that's right. Yes. Yes.
So I'm gonna attempt to make them pretty because I didn't really try to make the first batch pretty. I just plopped it on there and shoved them in the oven and was like, all right, let's see how this turn out. So yeah, I'm gonna try and make them pretty for this time.
Ooh, these looking good. They smelling good.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! We ain't broke nothing, Lord Ty. Yes, I'm just gonna do like a fruit ginger ale. Like I'm gonna do some raspberries, some.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like you can add whatever fruit you want to it to flavor it. It's just like infused water, except it's ginger ale. Like I even when I go to drink it, I'll add some fresh mint leaves to it, and that adds a little fresher flavor.
On here. I can use this jar. Okay, and then I need to. Where is my super soup, girl?
Yeah, it says it makes 10 to 12 cookies. I don't know. I'm only getting like 8 or 9. Because I'm going to need some to put on top of the raspberry filling. Because you got to make sure all of the filling is covered too. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing too much on the base. I don't know. We'll see. It ain't cooked yet, so I can always move some of the dough around.
How you? Oh, that look good.
Let me see what you got going on over here.
Good, sis.
Breaking stuff? Who breaking stuff?
That's what Ty gonna say. We ain't broken up. If anything, we breaking the internet.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about.
He a hater. He a hater because he can't get none of these cookies. All you gotta do is ask, Lord Ty.
Nobody broke a thing.
Yeah, shout out to Miss Karen Dade. Yes, child. I'm using these jars.
My raspberry filling is still taking its time to freeze. It's almost there. It's in a decent little layer. I got my cookies laid out. So when that's ready, I'm going to cut the little raspberry squares, stuff them on there, cover it up, boom, in the oven. And it's only like 10 or 12 minutes, even if you're using the oven. It's probably maybe like almost the same amount of time, but you want to use less heat if you're doing it in an air fryer to cook the cookies all the way through.
That's the brownies. Okay, my jars are ready. The ginger is chilling.
So your cookies are done.
Yeah, this look good. Oh, this look good. Give me a fork. Oh, that's the girl.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Right.
That's
Cause
a
I'm like,
raspberry. See, you thought
I thought it wasn't done, girl. I was like,
yeah,
oh,
no, it's
hold
a
on, this gotta go
raspberry
back in.
filling.
Yes. Oh, this good. Mm-hmm. It still gotta go a little bit more. It's gooey, but just a little bit more will give me exactly the. So that was 15 minutes. Give me about 8 more minutes. And that should give me that consistency that I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be too gooey, but not the inside on the other side of them. You could tell they need a little bit more.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. What is she doing?
She's rolling.
Hi, boy. Hey,
She
boy.
having her a jolly good old time, and like you would swear she know what she doing the way her face
She
just looks so
do.
serious.
Like, stop acting like she don't know what she doing because you don't know what she doing. She do. Like, hey, boy. Hey, girl. Tell her leave you alone.
She's trying to be
Tell
tough
her leave
about
you
it.
alone. Tell her leave you alone.
Hold on,
Busy.
okay.
You know? She trying to be Chef Doc Ock. Like, leave her
Right.
free. She trying to make her lives, all of that. Like, let her be. Shoot.
Yeah,
Yes.
like
Like, you
like
put
she know what
it
she doing
right, boy.
with the phone.
I
Please.
swear. I swear. So, what are your plans for the weekend, sis?
Who, me?
No. You.
Oh, I thought you said Will.
No, he called her. He called her foot. That's about it. um, did you freeze?
Well, for the weekend,
Did
really
you
just
freeze?
catching up on reading. I got a lot of reading to
Oh,
do.
okay.
Yeah, I got a lot of reading to get done, some notes. So, like I said, tonight's date night, and like Sunday is gonna be all my catch up day. Get my recipes ready for the rest of the month so
Yeah.
I can get that to you. Cause what's coming is gonna be
Yay,
so good.
girl.
And then oh yes, and then this weekend actually we're gonna be doing the vegan meal. So that's gonna be
Oh,
a separate recipe. So I'm gonna get the recipe from her this
yes.
week. I'm gonna reach out to her tomorrow for the recipe and hopefully get that to you Monday. Get that set up Monday.
Yeah, so I can go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited to
Me
get
too.
a vegan thing together.
Me too.
Yeah.
I want to try it. I want to see, as long as it's, I want to try that banana peel, whatever that thing she talking about. I'm like, what? That's a banana? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta
Put
try
some
this.
water in it for you, boo.
How long am I
Yes.
supposed to let the ginger ale and stuff sit?
So you're gonna want it to sit for an hour, and then you're gonna strain the ginger out, and then let it chill. And like you can use a bowl or cup. I use the measuring cup because it made it easier for me to pour it into the separate containers. And
Uh-huh.
yeah, and then I just use the same measuring cup for the water.
Okay. So how
And then you're
much?
gonna use 6 cups of water.
So so on top of that, I'm adding 6 cups of water to it once it's
Yep, and
okay.
then 1 teaspoon of yeast.
1 teaspoon of what?
1 teaspoon of dry active yeast. It's gonna be
And
dry. It's not. You don't want the baking yeast. It's gonna be
this
dry
is
active.
active dry.
Yep, that's the same one I got. Yep, that's it.
So
And just take
I'm
a
just using
teaspoon.
like one whole thing, or
No, a teaspoon.
okay. Is it going to be a teaspoon in each of my containers?
Yep,
Okay. Okay.
Well, you could do like a little less, but I do about a teaspoon because like it doesn't matter. Like you want to have enough. You don't want to like too much is not really a thing. Like it's still gonna have yeast like floating in it or whatever. But that was always a thing. Like yeah.
No, I
So
get it. So maybe I can just put it all together, and then when I'm putting it into the container,
yeah,
it's
you could and
already
then separate. Like yeah, you can mix it in a separate container and then separate them into yeah. You can do it like that too.
okay. And then what do I
Hmm.
do with the fruit though?
Put it in the container before you close it to ferment it.
Before I put the stuff in it?
No, before you close it. So once you mix everything together, you add your fruit, and then you're gonna seal it, and then let it sit out for 48 hours at least, and then chill it and drink it.
Okay. So does the fruit needs to be cut up a particular way or no?
It doesn't have to. I use a puree, so I just blended mine down because then I could get the seeds out of it, and so I strain the seeds out, and then I just
Oh,
put the
okay.
puree in. Yeah.
Okay. Almost similar to what we just did with the raspberries.
Yep. Mhm. Yep.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Let's see if my
Mhm.
raspberry grows.
What do you say? Doc about to be on a date at Root Chris.
Finally. It's like a gel, but this will work.
That's what's
This
up though.
will
No,
work.
you kept saying that like you just been out. I mean, you haven't been able to get out and stuff. And yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah, that's
just
what's
feeling
up.
trapped.
That's dope, yo. For real. For real. That is what's up. He said, "Vegan, let's go." Yes, Laura Todd, what you got going on? You want to text it? What you doing this weekend? That's wholesome, King. Wholesome. Don't you put nothing in this text that's not wholesome. And don't talk about somebody giving you the Lord special. I'm not doing that with you. I'm not. Oh, shoot, brownies. Whoop, whoop. Smelling good. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Nah.
this is like this
That's
is
the
like
best.
raspberry frozen mush. So I'm gonna just use the spoon and I'm just gonna spoon my little frozen raspberry mush. See this is called improving on the fly. So you see so you see it's not completely frozen, but it's solid enough to where it's not sliding everywhere. So that works for me. So I'm just gonna scoop scoop this section. And I'm just gonna spread it on top of this. So it's a nice little even layer of it.
Oh, this good.
And then I'm gonna spread my
I gotta let this get cold.
it's pushing it off. Oh, the cookie too warm, it's making it melt. It
Let me take a picture. This is good. Don't
is
let the
melting
Lord
right on top
special.
of my
Well, he said, don't hate on the Lord special. It's gonna be the hottest thing on the menu.
this little cookie in the corner
I
gonna be so
swear.
crazy because this
I swear.
raspberry filling just melted all over this cookie.
Eee, ooey gooey. Fresh and chewy. What's going on? Get my carpet. You getting your carpets. That's what's up. Singing this. No, you know what? I'm not doing anything. I'm writing. I'm writing. I have the energy, I have the mind. So I'm writing, man. That's it. That's it. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
I gotta actually let it freeze longer. But did you show your cookie?
Mine is still hold on. I can just do it from here. Can you see it? It's dark. Can you see
Oh,
it?
okay, yeah. Cut a piece
Yep. And I'm
out.
just gonna let it chill. And then when it's cold enough, I'm gonna lift it out and just cut it.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, my mind's I could just put it in the freezer. This little pan. Yeah. Freezer bound. gonna take the meat out for now. Ain't nobody hating on the. Huh, he's funny. Freezer, it's gonna just put together. But it's ginger ale, that's what it do. Ooh. I don't think all the ginger got additives. Can I reuse it? It's good, but I can reuse this.
Oh, but I can show y'all, even though it won't have the raspberry filling, I can show y'all what I have planned to do with my prepared cookies and my ice cream.
He said when he eat chocolate, I can't really eat with fruity flavors. Really? This raspberry tastes good though, Lord Ty. But you know
Well,
date
yeah,
night
all
this
I did,
weekend?
I actually made the cookies without the raspberry filling. So the raspberry filling is actually extra. You don't have to do the raspberry filling.
You don't have to do the raspberry filling, Lord Ty. I think it's
Yeah,
good
I
though.
made the same recipe without the raspberry filling, and the cookies turned out great.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think you should try it though. At least. You don't have a date night, Lord Ty. I'm shocked. I'm very shocked. I am.
Now this like some hand packed ice cream up in here.
What the mango?
Yeah, it's hard and
What did you do to make the mango ice cream?
yeah. So it's fresh. I don't know. Can you see that here? Let me move it so you can see.
What did you do to make it, sis?
Huh?
What did you do to make the ice cream?
You blend up. Sorry. You blend up egg whites. So for the egg whites, all I did was get so I got this for the egg whites because I didn't feel like separating the eggs. So I just got a cup and you need 3 egg whites. You beat it until it's like a meringue. So you want it to be completely fluffy, all the way white, real stiff peaks. But I would say blend all the other stuff first because the egg will end up separating back out of the fluff if you let it sit too long. So that's like the last step before you mix everything together. And then you take the heavy whipping cream, and it's about a cup. So a cup of heavy whipping cream, and then a cup of your mango puree. So you're going to blend the mango down into a puree, and then you're going to have your cup of heavy whipping cream, and you're going to whip the heavy whipping cream until it's thick and frothy, foamy, fluffy, and then you're going to mix in half of your mango, and then you're going to put that in your freezer safe container, and then you're going to take your egg whites. Once you beat the egg whites up until it's like big and fluffy and like a meringue that you would put on a pie, you would fold that into your ice cream, and you want to try and be as delicate as you can because you want it to keep as much fluff as possible while still mixing it completely
Okay.
and incorporating it. And then when you once you get everything mixed properly, you're gonna add in that last little bit of mango and kind of fold it through so it's not like not completely mixed in, but mixed in. For the most part, like you don't want the kids to not over mix it because you want it to stay as fluffy as possible because that's what's going to keep it creamy and give it that body. And sugar. You also need what's it, a half a cup of sugar? Yes, a half a cup of sugar. So you're gonna beat the sugar in with your heavy whipping cream.
For the ice cream? Oh wow. Okay, mango different to cut.
And so this is their cookie. So I got my ice cream and I got my cookie
Oh
and my cute
now.
little heart dish.
Yes, girl, this mango is something else. I've never cut a mango, so
And it's so fresh. Like
it smells so good. Like it's good. Girl, I can't wait. Like I can't wait to like just do the smoothies and stuff in the cafe. Like the smell. Oh my gosh. Just fresh everything. Fresh everything. Has to be amazing. I was watching a guy yesterday. Huh? Who's that? Oh, your mom? I was watching a guy yesterday and he was talking about, um, pretty much they're doing the same thing we're doing. They're pretty much starting to, he was out in Kentucky and they've started like, their own everything, their own gardening, their own, farm produce, all of that. What else say? I did say farming, uh, but they're doing the same thing, and he's just like, it's gonna be a point where, we may not be able. It may be illegal to grow your own food. So we got to get out here. We got to develop this stuff for our people. Have this stuff going. Girl, look at this.
you said, look at this. Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
Okay, I'm trying to tell you, girl. I ain't never did a what's the name before, but I did pretty good. Wait a minute, is this a piece I can eat?
This ice cream with this cookie tastes so good.
Oh, mango
Like
good.
the ice cream really offsets, like, because I told you the cookie is super rich. It tastes very chocolatey. The ice cream complements it like perfectly.
Oh, this mango good, y'all. This mango is good.
And I'm actually going to pour you some of my ginger ale too.
Ooh, this one's just bust.
Ginger ale. So you see, it's got that fizz.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good.
This orange smells great. Oh my God. That's what I'm missing. My pineapple, girl. It's in free.
Your pineapple.
Yes. Yes. So I got pineapple. I had bought pineapple. I was gonna make a fruit salad. And I had bought pineapple, and before it went bad, remember I cut it up for the ginger ale. I forgot about it, but I was just thinking like I was supposed to make a fruit salad, like so that's what made me think about it. Yes, I'm gonna think I might do just mango pineapple with it. Let me get that going.
Okay, I'm trying to go ahead and do the best I can with this little, because it's just not trying to like freeze it all the way. I don't know, but so y'all can see what I'm doing with it. So all I'm doing, I'm just making little indentations in the cookie so that it just holds the so that it'll just hold the raspberry in there. Yeah. And not let, because you see how this, I don't know if you can see that this one in the corner, it like it melted and then it ran off the top of the cookie. So now it's like a little raspberry mess in the corner, but it'll still be a tasty cookie.
Right. No, Lord Ty. No, you already know. I don't even date. So no date night. But I do have friends. So maybe I'll talk to a friend. I don't know. I'm not concerned. I got goals, man. That's one of the goals, but that's part of friendship. So I watched a dope movie last night. That was pretty cool. Like, and this morning I had to watch it like 3 times. It was so good. Girl, what was it called? The Social Dilemma. Girl, on Netflix. Watch that. That is something right there. Okay, to find out the real way they're using information, not the way that they thought. The real way, and it's on a whole nother level. You wouldn't even think. And it's just crazy to watch them even talk about it, because the way they talk about it, they so, precarious with, they're so like cautious. They're like, dude was like, I had to talk to my lawyer for like 8 months about doing this. I'm like, I can believe you. There's some good stuff. So y'all get a chance this weekend and watch that. That was good. The social dilemma. Our social dilemma. It was definitely a dilemma. Okay, let me get this fruit going.
Okay, this is holding up a lot better. It's still leaking raspberry everywhere, but I just feel like I'm about to end up with some super raspberry, like chocolatey brownie cookies. We shall see.
Wow.
So now let's get this covered before it melts.
And mango. A go. Girl, and you know what's so, like, because I've seen people like cook mango and put it on like the food after they cook the girl. This mango smell good. Girl, taste good. Girl, let me throw this in here before I start eating it.
This raspberry is still melting everywhere. Well, we all get to see what mess these cookies turn out to be. Because I have no idea what's going to happen now that I got this raspberry everywhere like this.
When my make it sound jelly good. You know what? I'm not about to play with you today, Lord Ty. Okay? Will I be spending time with
supposed to cover the raspberry though?
No.
The raspberry not supposed to leak out of the cookie.
I will not be spending time with Mel, nobody. So is that plain enough for you? Is that plain enough for your brownies, Lord Ty? Jeez.
This is about to end very badly. I'm gonna let y'all know this now up front. I'm probably gonna have like.
That gonna smell good cooking.
Oh, certainly. Certainly does.
I'm wondering like. About like fruit and all this stuff. This stuff is good. So I was using some of the raspberry too. I am using raspberries again. Raspberry, mango, pineapple. That sounds good.
Oh yeah.
That sounds good.
Like a whole fruit salad dessert. With some chocolate.
Oh. Rose in Harlem. And instead of the orange, I'm just gonna eat it. Because I'm hungry. I'm waiting on my brownies to settle.
This ice cream is so good.
It sound good, sis, for real. I'm gonna make that.
And it's super easy to make. I was like, is this easy to make? Oh,
He goes like,
messed
"Hey,
up
Girl,
now.
what's on top of that?
Ice cream.
But what's on top?
Oh, the cookies. The other cookies. Remember, I made cookies
Okay.
without the filling. Yeah.
Okay. Plain as M&M's. You dang on right, sir.
Turn the light on so I can see what's going on in here.
In the kitchen, we're
My raspberry mask. This looks a whole mess. Oh my gosh. My little raspberry stuff didn't freeze right.
Yes.
Oh, you want us to freeze? You we don't freeze. You freeze. Maybe I needed a wider pan or something to make it like freeze flatter or something. I don't know. This y'all get a front row view to my trial and error too when I cook. If I try new stuff, if it don't work out the first time, I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna figure it out. Like that's the key to a lot of stuff. Like not just giving up on on the first go round just because it ain't turned out how you intended it to.
Right.
And a lot of times it may end up looking crazy, but it'll still taste good. Like I've had a lot of
remember what did you talk about the waffles last week? Like
all of that stuff. Because I was showing like this is mess, and I tell them like it's okay, it still tastes good.
She said,
good.
He said, do the ginger ale taste good? Did you see it?
Yep.
Yep. And what's in yours?
Let me put some ice in it.
He said, do it make you burp?
You hear that? It has a little. But ginger ale is great for digestion. It's anti-inflammatory. So if you got internal inflammation and stuff going on, you having digestive issues, ginger ale, homemade ginger ale, because I had some store-bought ginger ale, and then you read the ingredients and it says less than 2% ginger. So there probably is some ginger in it, but you don't know that for sure. Like they can tell you almost anything. It only has to be accurate. It doesn't have to be precise. That's the problem with labeling and stuff like that. They don't have to tell you exactly what's in it, but they do have to tell you somewhat of what's in it, like give you an idea. Which is why I prefer to make all my own stuff. So I know exactly what's in it. I know exactly how much of whatever it is I'm serving. All of that. I can curate my own nutrition by making, for the most part, my own stuff. Like, there's some things that's just not, realistic, for me. And I know for like people who are working and got a lot of stuff going on, like it may not be realistic for you either. But once you start doing this stuff, you're gonna end up finding time. It's gonna get easier as you go. So as long as you make the commitment to make it easy, to make it doable, you'll be able to do it regardless of whatever else you have going on. And plus, like a lot of the stuff I found out was way easier than I imagined that it would be. Like some of the stuff you think that it's a long process, and it's really not. So you'll have time if you make the time and you go through and you figure out the steps and how to do the stuff after like the first 1 or 2 times making it. Like you can make it like off the back of your hand. The recipe I just gave you on how to make ginger ale, like that was off the top of my head. How I do it every time I make it. So
that was on top of my head. Yeah, I'm just gonna.
I actually found that in like a herb book. It's like a herb encyclopedia that gives you like all the history behind different plants and flowers and their health benefits and uses and how you can make it. Like you can make a tea, a tincture, and they'll have like a little extra recipe. And that was the extra recipe. Matter of fact, hold on, I can get the book and show y'all.
Okay. Yeah, we got a few more minutes left, and we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Where we at? 3 more minutes. What's mango ginger ale? You know what? I don't know, but I know Lord time mine is going to be mango, pineapple, raspberry ginger ale. So it's just the mango. Well, you do the same thing. You put the sugar in the water and you boil the ginger ale, and then you're gonna do the same thing you did with the raspberries and the brownies and make a puree. So I just put all of the fruit in a skillet and kind of like made a puree. But hold on. I'm sorry. Hi, Erica. Ooh, medicinal herbs. Can I get a copy of that, guy? Where you get that from?
I actually stole this from my sister.
Oh,
I didn't steal it. She knows I have it. I got it from her. I was like, "You're not using that, are you? Let me get that up off you." So
I know
I
that's
was
right.
reading through, and I came across the recipe for ginger ale. That's the recipe I just gave you. That's
Gotcha.
where I learned how to make ginger ale, and it's like the paragraph on how to make it is literally this big.
Wow.
Like,
Wow.
yeah, it's so easy. And they have a lot of little
Mhm.
recipes like that for each thing in here. For every herb that they talk about in here, they have some type of recipe that you can do yourself at home with the herb. So this, if you can find this anywhere, hold on, let me get it close up. If you can
Let's take a
find this
picture of
somewhere,
that.
get you one.
Put the group. I can find it on like for real. That's
Yeah, it's probably on Amazon. But yeah, this was a straight
Erica
combo.
said hi.
Hey, let me see. I haven't even checked that. Come on, man. Mango ginger ale. Oh yeah, she making you. You making mango ginger ale or pineapple mango? Yeah, these turned into a little They smell delicious though. They turned into a little raspberry mess. But I already got an idea for what I'm gonna do with them. I'm gonna mess around and make these into like a chocolate raspberry crust situation for like a for my because I actually have this. So I'm gonna make a banana caramel Herbalife pudding, and then make the cookie the crust for it, and then make like a pie type situation, and like freeze it like that. Ha! So that's gonna be my healthy snack. Healthy-ish. Because like I said, with the cookies, if you keep the serving size, to something manageable, like a half a cookie to a whole cookie. So I would probably say like maybe like a if you're doing, like maybe a 1 inch by 1 inch square of cookie worth, like that will probably be like 100 calories with a ton of fat. Like I said, it's the cookie, like one like regular size cookie has like 200 calories in it. 100 and I think I calculated 125 or 52 uh, grams of fat. So it's a lot of fat because of the butter. And like I said, it doesn't matter what kind of butter you use, it's still fat, and the fat content is still going to be high because it's fat. But other than that, yeah, that was yeah. I'm still eating my ice cream. That was like my last spoonful for the most part. Yeah, those don't look like the picture at all. But I would say, learning from my mistakes, the key to this cookie recipe is you absolutely want to make sure your raspberry filling is frozen, like as solid as possible, because you don't want it to melt while you're topping it the cookie. So you want to set it on top of the cookie bottom and then put the cookie batter on top. You don't want your raspberry filling to melt before you get a chance to do that. So you want it as frozen as possible, and you want to be swift with the covering, so you can cover it all up before it melts, and you can get it in the in the oven to cook properly. Cause mine, all of the raspberry filling just like melted out of the cookie, so I got like raspberry filling all over the pan, and then it like bubbled with the chocolate batter, so now it made like the chocolate batter look. I don't know. It smells really good. It smells like chocolate raspberry. So it smells delicious, but it does not look anything like I think it was intended to look like. But like I said, sometimes it comes out pretty, sometimes not so pretty. But as long as it tastes good, I'm rocking with it. What Mary measuring? What you measuring, Mary? You're still muted.
Whole time. What is that? Can you explain something to me? What do you call it when a man takes a woman he's interested in to eat at a dinner? I don't know, lunch,
Right.
breakfast. That's what you would call it. I don't know if I've been on mute the whole time, but I've been on mute, I guess. But how
Yeah,
much
when you were
water
asking me
do I
about
put
whatever
in a
you had going
container?
on, you was muted. So what happened?
Oh, how much water do I put in
You were
these? I
muted.
got two of them. So how much of the water?
How, what size are those?
Lord Todd, just because that's what you call it, it doesn't mean that that's exactly what's happening. Okay, don't put your made up terms. It's dinner. It could be dinner. It's just dinner with friends, breakfast with friends, lunch with friends. Because when you
Right.
throw that up in, and it gives these false illusions, and it could just been dinner. Like let's just enjoy dinner. Now, when I put water in this, how much water? 6 ounces, and
What size is that? Like how many ounces is that jar?
it says it looked like it say 12. 1.5 cups.
Oh, you gonna have some real strong ginger, because that's like one serve, like 2 servings of ginger ale. So you wouldn't be able to add all the water to it, because you have to be able to add 6 cups of water, because that's what the recipe is for, 6 cups of water added after you
Right. This
boil it.
right. So I have another jar. I got two of them.
That's only 24 ounces. The jars I have are 32 ounces. That's a half gallon.
Oh, okay. Don't worry about it. Don't. That's
Yeah,
okay.
it's just gonna be stronger. It don't really make no difference as long as there's sugar and yeast in it. You'll still get the carbonation. It'll probably just be a little bit sweeter.
But it's still six in each cup, though, right?
Not each cup. The total recipe is 6 cups of water after you. So it'll be a total of 7 cups of water, because you use 1 cup to boil the sugar and yeast
Gotcha.
down,
I
and then
got
you
you.
need six
I got
additional
you.
cups of water.
I got you. So then it should be 3 cups of water. Okay. No.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. So this is 6 cups of water, and it will go in here. Okay. Hold on.
I mean, even if you call it a date, like friends have lunch dates and dinner dates and stuff like that. Like
I mean, the thing about it is,
you just saying because like they're interested. Like there are friends that are interested in friends, and the other friend then friend zone that friend. So if those
right, but
people aren't
it's not just
interested,
that.
it's a friend.
It's a matter of right roles and responsibilities that get lost in that term. And using that
Exactly.
term, people start thinking like, oh, we together, we hold on. And then people start using things like now we're exclusive. That's made up. You're not exclusive unless you're married. So it's just easier to like use the terms. You're a friend, that status never changed. You go from e-spouse married, that's one and the same, because e-spouse is just an earnest agreement. That's money on wood to say you got it in the bank to make it all good. You're going to seal the deal. And so these are the only states that we're in. And if you just operate from those states of being, you don't get lost in, oh, we together, how you with somebody else, who you on the phone with. Like all that stuff goes out the window because you stay contained. You a friend, just so happen to be a girl, or you a friend that just so happen to be a male, and we just so happen to go to dinner. Like that. That's it, because we can be together for years and I can say no. And people, it's just, it's to keep your sanity. So for me,
Yep.
just use the terms that's given, because I ain't gonna get confused on this my guy, this ain't, no, we ain't gonna get confused. This my friend. And I'm gonna hold that. I'm gonna remember that. That's why I just use the term. But other than that, like, we're good. I'm about to put this little puree ginger thing together. You said put just a half a cup of active yeast, right? I mean, wait. You say, hold on. You said just you said a teaspoon or a
Yep, a
tablespoon?
teaspoon of yeast. Yep.
A teaspoon in each or a teaspoon all together?
All together.
All together. Hold on. Because I'm just
Yeah,
putting it
you're
all
doing
in
it in
one, and
smaller,
then I'm
because
going to dump
if
them
you
in the
add more yeast, you're gonna get more gas. And if the container is too small, if the container is too small, it could cause air problems. So you don't want to add too much yeast and and then not have enough room to make all the gas it's gonna make.
Okay, so since I have smaller containers, do you think I should use less?
Yeah, you want to not use more than a half a teaspoon in each.
Okay. And you said tea. I want to make sure that's right. What other things do you do with, I'm not being funny, but what do you do with yeast? Like, what else do they use it for besides this?
I mean, like bread and stuff. It's
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because really, yeast it doesn't do anything but create gas. Like yeast is literally just used for CO2 production. So the holes in bread comes from the gases that the yeast make while the bread is rising, and then when you cook it, those gas bubbles pop inside the bread and create those little holes throughout the bread that you
Oh,
see when you cut it. Yeah.
okay. Now, I didn't know that. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to add this to it, y'all. I'm going to put my brownies out in a minute and just post them. I just post them. Yeah, Ty. Yeah, man. Yeah, you just keep them, keep everybody where they need to be so they mentally healthy. And we ain't, yeah. Because some people, they take that a little too far. And okay, so a half a cup. Now, when you say, because I saw your teaspoon today, and you was like, you got to make sure it's flat out. Like, that's a thin enough teaspoon.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
And
and
that's
then just put
enough.
half in the one and the other half in the other.
So, wait.
Yeah, you don't want to use a whole teaspoon in those little jars.
Just half and half. But
Yep.
this is my thing. I'm putting it all in one thingy, and then I'm going to.
Oh, and then you're on separate. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so I'm dumping that in there, and we doing some. Okay, so besides the ginger ale with the sugar, because that's what I was telling Laura Ty before you were doing your cookie. So besides the ginger ale with the sugar, after that you let it sit. Then you do your fruit puree or whatever, and then you add the 6 cups of water, and then the live active yeast, and then
And
after
then you
that you
seal
put it in
it
the
and
container.
let it sit out for 48 hours.
Let it sit out or in the refrigerator.
Out.
Okay.
If you chill it, it'll kill the yeast. Well, not kill it, but the yeast won't be as active if it's cold. So you want it to sit out at room temperature for at least 48 hours.
And when you say active, what do you mean by that?
It's alive.
I don't understand it.
Like yeast is a microorganism. Like it's actually alive. So if you like they have other yeast, I guess, like, but if it's dried, I guess like the process of drying it could kill some or make it not, not inactive. So, yeah, because I figured they were specific because there is a difference between dry active yeast and other yeast. So I just made sure I got the one that said dry active yeast.
Okay, this
That's a
is
good question. I'll definitely look that up and drop that in there.
okay, sis.
Cause see, this is instant yeast, and so I think the it has something to do with how long it's active for. So dry active yeast probably lasts like it does its thing for a longer period of time as opposed to instant yeast. It's like right away, like you let it sit for a couple of hours. Like when you make the dough ahead of time, you knead it and then you fold and you like put it in a bowl and let it sit out for like a couple of hours. And this would probably get you ginger ale like ready like sooner. I don't know, but I didn't use this one, and I'm probably not going to. But the dry active yeast, I know has a longer activation time.
Okay, okay. I was wondering. Hold on, real quick. We can close out. Well, hello, Miss Adams. Good.
Are y'all recording?
We are recording. No, we ain't done yet. We have Miss Erica Adams, who is with us right now. She thought we was done, but we ain't because we went a little bit over, but that's okay. This is the first time we went over. Yes. You what? We don't want to say hi. She don't want to say hi, but definitely. Let me see what she got in here. Oh, this is
Okay.
Okay, here she go.
Hello.
Doc.
Hey.
Yes, and this is the new whipped.
Oh.
So, and what's the flavor? I get blackberry,
Black raspberry.
black raspberry.
Oh, because I'm so running low, and I'm so gonna have to place my order for some more. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
You see, it got the little
girl.
I can't smell it through the camera, Mary.
I'm telling you, sis, like it smells like all the fruit and stuff.
I can't smell it.
Get some, sis. Get some. I promise you. You gotta get this.
It smells so good.
Yeah, it too, sis. You gotta get this. And
but I'm definitely
it's
getting
whipped like
I got the little sample jar of the pink sugar
whip.
one. With
Ooh, look at the whip, like
it's a full size.
Like it's whipped.
Oh yeah. I'm running low on that.
She said she want pink sugar. Pink sugar.
No, that's the one that I
You want what?
That's one I got in my sample, but that one.
Oh, I hear the body butter bag, yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting
yeah.
It's running low.
Yeah, you need this. You need this in your life, sister. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
She said for sure.
I got you, Doc, because I'm making matcha whip soap to go with the butters now, so you good.
Ooh. Yes. She gonna hear you in a second. It's like a small delay. Maybe not. Doc?
What happened?
Girl, she makes a shea butter and a soap to correspond together. They got a relationship. They got a little going on. Entanglement, girl. You got to do entangles. Yeah.
Going on.
Okay. Girl, yes. So ginger ale, these good ginger ale, liquor tiny thing. That look good. It should be thick like that.
Yep.
Okay.
And
yeah. So that's two brownie. Like I have to get them hard. Yeah, girl. And it got raspberry filling it. You gonna get one before you leave. Yeah. She just in time for everything. So hey,
I know, right?
I know you gotta go and enjoy your day, sis. Have fun.
All right.
Be merry all day. Yes, and everybody, we'll post our end meals in a second sometime today, and then next week we're doing our vegan meal, right? Yeah. So we'll put the menu out a little bit early, so everybody who wants to participate. I remember Erica said she wants to participate as well. So anybody that want to cook, like definitely we can put the menu out there for you. And so we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here, Doc.
All right. Enjoy y'all love day.
Yes. And do it every day. Do it every
single day.
Yes. Yes, Lord Ty coming in with the final thought. He says, as a man, let's make it. Let it be made clear. I'm taking a lady out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is not that type of friendship, especially if we're vibing on a different frequency. Lord Ty, just let them know you know what's up. That's how. Just tell them that most women probably what's up too. You know. So
yeah. So hey, the key is proper communication. So
that's all it is, sis.
On the same page, because the problem comes in is when one person starts feeling used and the other person just doing whatever.
Yeah. So just
make sure y'all are on the same page, moving in the same direction, with the same goal in mind.
Yes. That's it. That's it. Like, you like it like that, she like it like that. Ain't no wrong with that. That's y'all. Who gotta know? You know, proper communication and stop telling people y'all business. Okay, y'all. Happy Love Day weekend. We love y'all. Peace. Bye, foot.